What's up, YouTube? It's Josh here from the Little Desert Farm. Just want to give you guys a little view of our beautiful sky and sunsets we get almost every night. So I'm just going to keep the camera pointed at the sky and you guys can watch the colors change, and I'll do a little bit of chit-chatting here. A little bit about our farm. We've been on the property here for almost 5 years now. When we bought it, it was just raw desert. We've got 2.5 acres. And everything you see here, we've done. We tore out all the bushes and left the trees alone. Put our house in. Got the garden started. Working on the barn. Our goal is to get as close to self-sustaining homestead as possible. Stay out of the grocery store and just let the property provide for us as we take care of it. Let's see. What else is there? Oh, currently our household consists of me and my wife Gina. We got 2 little boys. One's 3 and one's 5. And you will never see them on camera. We don't put our kids on any of our social media sites. And you'll probably see me in some videos coming up. You'll hear my wife talk, and I don't know how camera shy she's going to be. But yeah, we're brand new to YouTube and making videos, so we've got a lot of learning to do. But we want to grow, and we want to show you guys some of our success stories and some of our struggles that you guys can learn from us. And if you guys have any tips or comments, we'd love to hear from anybody. And yeah, we got a nice journey ahead of us. And in our house we've got 2 dogs, pit bull and a little terrier mix. We've got 2 guinea pigs. We've got 2 cats. And then outside we've got 2 pigs. Now we were told the pigs are mixed between a potbelly pig and some other kind of pig. We're not really too sure what they are. But you've seen our other videos, you could tell they're not your standard pink pig that people raise for meat. These are all pigs can be meat, but these are they're more pets for us. All of our animals are rescues. Take that back. Our little girl Cora, she's the only girl out of all of our animals. All the animals are boys. Cora's the little terrier, and when we first moved here, it was just me and the wife, and for the first time in a long time we had no animals. And after our little boy was born and a few months old, we decided it's time to get a little puppy and let them grow up together. So we went down to the pound and we rescued her from the pound. But all the other animals we haven't paid any money for. We've just straight rescued them one way or another. Gave them a nice home, and still giving them a nice home. And yeah, both the pigs that we got, their names are Sammy and Hammy. The guinea pigs are Bill and Ted. The dogs are Cora and Gunner. The cats are Apollo and Atlas. And they all have their own little stories of how they got here and how they ended up with us. And the newest additions to us is the pigs, because neither of us have ever had or raised any kind of livestock style animals, some farm animals. And it's something that we really wanted to do, and one of our neighbors, they moved and they had a bunch of goats and chickens and ducks and a couple pigs and all kinds of animals. Well, they moved, and their neighbor really wanted the pigs, and wherever they were moving to, they couldn't take the pigs or didn't want the pigs. So they told the neighbor he could have the pigs. Well, come to find out, the guy's yard is kind of like a junkyard, and he's almost 80 years old and on dialysis. And there's no way he could take care of the pigs. And within the first couple nights, they broke out the fence and they were running around the desert. And I think they said they were on running around loose for 2 or 3 days. And one of the things my wife does is, especially in the summertime, is outside of the kitchen window, which is kind of our front yard. She puts out a big bowl of water and keeps the water for all the animals. And she throws out bird seed and other scraps for the rabbits and stuff. And she's always in the kitchen most of the day, and she's looking out the window, so she wanted some scenery other than just looking at the dirt. So she started putting up the water bowl and the food, and now she gets to look at rabbits and quail and little squirrels and all the different critters that show up. And they're starting to figure out we've got water at our house, so we've been really thinking of getting a trail camera to set up to catch what other animals show up. But we see a lot of stray dogs or dogs that got loose, and they come over and it's hot, so they drink our water up. And we have a couple little videos, we'll figure out how to get them on here, of it's called a kit fox. They're really small and they got a long tail, and they found our water, or he or she, and they're pretty regulars. We see them a few times a year. They keep pretty secluded, or they keep to themselves and stay hidden. But we see them on and off here and there. We got some cooler videos of the kit fox. They're neat. Lots of quail and some doves and pigeons and other birds. We got roadrunners, big jackrabbits. I don't know if you've ever seen a jackrabbit. They are huge. Lots of cottontails. Nightlife out here, we got a lot of critters. Not the good kind. We get a lot of spiders, all different kinds, but the more popular one would be the black widow. And they're here. We see them. I see them if I go look for them. They're pretty easy to find. But we haven't had a single one come into our house. And the research I've done is they tend to stay outside the house. They're very docile. They're not an aggressive spider, but they are dangerous. So it's something we do have to be cautious of. And then of course we've got rattlesnakes and diamondback rattles and Mojave rattlers and sidewinders, and we got a lot of other snakes, like some call them red racers, some call them coach whips. Some call them bull snakes or California king snakes. I'm not an expert by any means, so I don't know the difference, but those snakes are good. They take care of mice and they take care of rodents and other nuisance animals. But I think we've seen maybe 4 or 5 of those style snakes, and I've seen 3 or 4 rattler snakes in 5 years, so that's not too bad. A lot of our neighbors tell us stories. They see them more often than we do. So we got to keep the grass cut, and we got to keep up on the weeds and the hiding spots and not leave a lot of debris and trash around. And the snakes want nothing to do with us because there's nowhere to hide, so they don't come around. And then we've got lots of scorpions, and being that I bought raw desert with just completely wild and no human interactions, all the wildlife was here first. So when we first moved in, we had lots of scorpions because this is where they live at. And I was pretty diligent about going out with the black light and removing them from the property. And although they are still here, I don't see quite the abundance that we used to. It would take me maybe 5 minutes and I could find 20 or 30 of them when we first got here. Now I have to kind of go look for them. And I'm sure if I left the property, I'd find a lot more, but they really have nowhere to hide here, and their food has nowhere to hide, so there's no food, there's no scorpions. They're out in the rest of the wild desert. And lots of lizards, all types of lizards. They're pretty neat to watch. Some little small gecko ones and some larger ones, maybe a foot long. Have not seen any Gila monsters. I've been in Phoenix area for about 20 years and I've never seen a Gila monster, but I have heard of friends that have seen them. And let's see, what else do we got here? All our bushes and trees and everything in the desert is dangerous of some way. It's got thorns and prickers, or it bites you, it stings you. The desert's not a friendly place, but it's a beautiful place. You can see the colors from the skyline, the sunset there. Tonight was maybe an average night. There's other nights we get a lot more color, a lot more red and orange. You can see some of these clouds are turning a little bit of pinkish red color. But most of the nights it's a beautiful sunset. We got the beautiful mountains. I don't know if you can see some of the mountains that we've got around here. We're in a area that they call Hidden Valley. And it's kind of like a big bowl. And on 3 sides there's mountains all around. Not too far away. I think the closest mountain would be this one here that you're looking at. And it's maybe 2 miles away. So that's not too far. Some of the other ones that are bigger are definitely farther than that, but we're in a pretty flat area, kind of like a bowl, like I said, and then the mountains all around us. Very beautiful, very peaceful out here. All the neighbors that we've met are very friendly, very nice. It's more a country atmosphere. That's why we moved here. Before we were here, we lived up in the city in Scottsdale for about 10 years. And it's too fast-paced for us, and it's not where we wanted to raise a family. So when it was time for starting a family and getting some kiddos, we made the choice to move out a little more rural in the country, where we can raise our kids, our boys, the way that we want to, and not have them in the city and all that hustle and bustle. And out here it's more relaxed, and I think we can do more fun things, like get dirty and chase animals and dirt bikes and quads, and just a little bit more freedom. And yeah, we've been out here about 5 years and we really like it. The city's starting to encroach on us and get a little bit closer, but hopefully they don't get too close. We don't need a gas station every 10 feet. And but yeah, for us to go to the gas station or the supermarket, grocery store, it's about 15-20 minute drive one way. So we're far enough away to have the quiet and the privacy, but we're close enough that if we need to run into town, it's only 15-20 minutes away. Yeah, it looks like the sunset's getting close to wrapping up here. Starting to get dark out. So just wanted to take time, show you guys a little bit of sunset and kind of explain a little about our situation. Like I said, we're brand new to YouTube. I think this might be video number 5. So we definitely got some plans, if this works the way we're hoping, to get a little bit better equipment, better cameras, maybe a microphone, get some software on the computer for editing videos, and cut out the parts that are no good and slow, so we can make a more exciting and entertaining video for those of you watching. So if you guys know anybody that's interested in gardening and farming and ranch style lifestyle, recommend them to our channel so they can help us grow, and we'll share what we can, and maybe they can share stuff with us, and it'd be a lot of fun to grow together. So till next time, YouTube, take it easy.